Okay, let me just see if it works in the meantime. Yeah, it works. So welcome guys to another live stream or episode or whatever you want to call it. A game called Stanley Parable. A game that's been released like a few years, like a long time ago. I used to watch this on I think 8-bit Ryan back then. Or I don't even remember. Because I watched it again when he uploaded it with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Since this game got out on PS Plus, I decided to do a live stream with it. Because I liked the Stanley Parable. It's a fun game to be honest, even though the normal game, like the normal Stanley Parable, has been released like a long time ago. But anyway, time to start a fresh game. Or whatever you want to call it. There you go.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. This came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And
how much does it people pay?
It's soul-winning. Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, now I can control it. This is going smooth. Okay, I step... What if I... Can I? No, it doesn't seem so. Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Huh. You can't jump. Wait, is that a gold trophy? Wait. Did it... Get your first trophy? Wait, it is a fucking gold! Wait, why is that an achievement gold? I don't know how many achievements I got, but I got the one that says you can jump and get your first trophy. Huh. I don't get why they're gold though. The cup meeting. Yo, let me in there too.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. I'm just gonna go like normally for the first time, because I know there are multiple endings. Is there anybody home?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let it bail out inside you, take it out passive-aggressively on the other co-workers. What? What the fuck kind of meeting is that?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
But I like the broom. I like the tools here, like
There was
this
nothing
wrench.
here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
But
no
look,
reason to still be here.
but look at this wrench. It makes you think of Team Fortress 2.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
But
he wasn't even
the
doing
broom.
anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As
The
it is,
broom.
he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
The fuck does that even mean? Like, look at this broom. Doesn't it mesmerize you?
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yeah.
Standing around doing nothing?
Yeah.
Why?
Why
Please
not?
offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely
I
confused.
told you, the broom. Look at it. Like, look at all the tools here. You can make a fortress out of
You
these.
realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If
Yeah.
I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
I mean,
It didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
it
I never would have
does.
thought to mention it.
Like, the broom is used to clean around because there's no why is the
Maybe
office
to you
clean?
This is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
I mean, I got no friends. Literally. It is
Stanley
kind of
was fat
sad,
and
I
ugly
know.
and really, really stupid. He probably only
What?
got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Oh,
Bad
come
old
on.
drug money. Also, Stanley's
What?
addicted to drugs and hookers.
What? Man, fuck you. Don't make shit about me.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now.
Okay.
You're dead.
What?
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and
Yeah,
you
this
collapsed
wrench
in
hit me
front
in the
of
head.
screen. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello?
No.
Anyone who happens to be nearby? The
Mate,
person
there's
at this
nobody out
computer
there.
is dead. They have fallen prey
What?
to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please
What?
remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
What if I don't wanna? You know what? You made me angry. What if I don't wanna get out there? What if I just wanna stick with here with the duct tape? And you just put duct tape all over the door and nobody can get in. It's only me and the broom. And this. And everything else that's here. Okay, fine.
Ah, second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. And at the mercy of an entire species of invalids.
Yes.
Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to.
Fuck
Fish?
you.
Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Okay, fine. Never mind, there's nothing more. Anyway, time to continue the story.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Which one? To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it will be to have to pick just one. Why not both? Can't even go to the toilet. I must be a vampire. Anyway. Hello?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
I somehow knew it. Don't worry about it.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Hello? Hello? Where are we going? Ooh, an elevator. Where are we going? Loading, loading. I don't know, but I think it says loading. I think. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it does say loading. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he
just like pushing buttons.
Years, it had
I wonder
never
how much you
occurred
get
to
paid
him.
for it.
This question would not go unanswered for long.
Anybody here?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. So what is this room? Lights.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
No, I'm weak. I don't have muscles. I need to drink muscle milk. Wait. Oh. Wait. Let me on. Can I jump? Ah. Can I? Oh. Wait. Wait. Uh-oh. Wait.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome. You
Yeah.
see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game,
This
we
looks
knew
like
we
a
had to do
van.
something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content?
Yeah.
Always more content. More.
No,
And I'm here
it's
to give it
fun.
to you. I'm here
Thank
to
you.
make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game, with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section.
Okay.
You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom.
Wait, is this even copyrighted? Is this copyright free? I mean, come on, I'm just a tiny YouTuber that I don't think I'm gonna get copyrighted. If this is really copyrighted.
I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams.
Fucking hell, I cannot see shit.
Railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. 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 Good job, you did it.
Was this
Good job,
copyrighted?
you did it. Good job,
Again,
you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
I don't know what else I can do here. Oh. I guess I can do that. It's never the end. It's never the end. It's never the end. It's never the end. It's never the loading. Oh. I'm back. Anyway.
All of his co-workers
Time to
were
speedrun
gone.
it.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. He came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
2845, I think.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
But I know like there's another ending with these doors, but I won't do it yet. So 2845.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly to... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Wait, what?
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he
just open the door
for a few moments with some calming new age music.
What? Just open the door, will you? Oh my God.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Thank you. Hopefully I didn't fuck up the main ending though. If I did, then fuck. I don't know. I didn't know that speedrunning the game was bad. When speedrunning has a consequence. I didn't do...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I got a bad feeling for some reason.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I mean, now I do, because I, you know, down there.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Oh, hey, there's mine.
Co-workers.
47.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Where's 69? Wait, which number was this? Yeah, I'm thinking of the 69 joke from Squid Game. Fuck you. 104 fire. I don't know what's with that one. Wait, what number was that? I'm just looking around, okay?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
601.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions
did he
had
ever
been
get paid?
manipulated to accept it blindly?
No.
No. He refused to believe it. He
I
couldn't
refused to
accept
die.
it. His own
So I
life
went to
in
heaven.
someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it?
Yes.
Was it even possible?
No,
Had he
I don't know.
truly
Fuck.
spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Maybe.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Yeah.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
It's time to end this, Stanley. You and me, brother. Wait, off or on? Off, I guess. Hello? Anybody there? Hello?
Blackness.
Yeah,
and a
I can see
rising
that.
chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
No.
Yes. He had won. He had
Did I really
defeated the
won?
machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Wait, let me just get my phone for a
Even
second.
as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been
Were they
freed
even
from the
real?
machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
It's time to go free, Stanley.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
This is the reason why I love this game. It's too good. Like the amount of endings it has, the amount of content it has. It's just it has to be one of the best games out there. And yeah, that achievement was beat the game, but it's not the end. I'm telling you. Back here we are.
All of his
And I
co-workers
do
were gone.
know that
What
there's
did
an
it mean?
achievement with this.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy?
Yes.
Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No.
Yes.
No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks?
Yes.
Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Well, you worse, sir. You don't know who you're talking to.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not
Ooh,
feeling
that
it.
can hurt.
I want this trophy to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment,
Okay.
a willingness to go all the way no matter the cost.
Okay,
Why
go
don't
on.
you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417. Where is it? 2425.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437. Where is that? 43. Oh.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now,
Oh,
door
yeah.
415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Okay, let's go. 415. Where is that door? 416, 415.
Now, back to door number 437.
Back we go then. Come on, Stanley, we must complete this adventure.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Okay.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, I know, we're getting there.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
There it is. If I can just, you know.
Yes, this is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Oh, back here.
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine, do that one again.
Okay.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430.
And the last one.
Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today.
Yes. Anyway, time to continue. For the trophy.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, now I gotta try that. So.
Okay, I think we all...
It did work. What? Door. Huh. I made it. I don't know what I did, but I did, and it did work. So where am I going now? I think back, maybe? Yeah, since I gotta go back, I get... Man, who the fuck spilled the coffee? Ooh. 428 is now open. The end is never the end, 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 is the end is the end is loading. You're now leaving. Nah, too bad it doesn't work. 7-5. Guess we're going up. How long? I think it's long. But you know, for an ending, it's worth it. It is worth it. Have some goddamn faith, guys. Because I got a plan. What plan? Don't worry about it. I just need some goddamn faith. 759. Are we going to 777 maybe? 769? 770? Let's keep on. Oh! Wait, what door? 760. I'm still going. Oh. Hello. Huh? Wait, mate. Is it on control? Huh? I don't know what. Yeah, that happened.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
They're hiding somewhere. I know. Anyway, we're gonna go to the door to the right now.
When Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
I
and
know.
Stanley knew it perfectly well.
No, I
Perhaps
didn't.
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I don't think so. Nah, I don't think so.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not jump from the cargo while the lift is in motion. Penalty from jumping off the cargo?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
I jumped on the
Good job,
car,
Stanley.
just like in Dying
Everyone
Light.
thinks you are very powerful.
Fuck, I died. Motherfucker. We're going back there again. If I did what?
When Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting
Huh.
room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee
That's-
lounge first, just to
Was
admire
that
it.
supposed to happen?
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong
And who's
foot.
talking shit about me?
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
I
realize
don't
that
trust
investing
you,
your
sir.
trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
No.
I'm not asking for me. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Who's her?
She's been waiting.
Who? Might well. My bed?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly play... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone?
I
But
mean,
that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
I mean,
You
it
actually
was
chose
in the open.
incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible.
I
Let me
mean, it is.
double-check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge
My
themselves
wife?
to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action.
Huh?
How is that even possible?
Don't
None
ask
of these
me.
decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you...
What?
Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner?
What?
You're not
Notice
Stanley.
what?
You're a real person.
I don't know.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
No, I don't wanna.
Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice.
Mother.
It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Practice? Fuck do you mean practice?
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
And who will be that?
Welcome back.
Fuck?
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Oh, okay, where are we going? What? Why are there railings?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all.
Yeah, but
we just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Yeah, but sorry about that, I'm just kind of tired, you know. But I still wanted to live stream Stanley Parable because I just love the game.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right. Nah. I don't know if it's gonna be the same ending though.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an coming to a staircase. Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
If I want to stop by the bathroom. Mother doesn't even let me go to the bathroom. Wait. Oh.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He
Oh.
had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Michael is dumb. Is that good enough?
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Okay, the Russian accent didn't work.
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Yes.
You didn't mishear me, did you? Please
No, I did.
speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I mean, I cannot talk.
Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices.
Aww.
He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a
Why
choice,
not?
you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak.
I don't know, because
Say
you
something
told
to
me.
Explain yourself, you coward. You
You told me to.
behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing
Huh?
responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
What?
behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Once again, I guess.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Huh.
behave exactly as Stanley
Am I
would.
supposed to go
That means choosing
right?
responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just
Wait,
follow
weren't
my
there
lead and you'll be
some
fine.
chairs?
All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Am I stuck in
he
a
entered the
never-ending
door
loop?
on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Huh. So, am I stuck in a...
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what?
I don't
What
know.
did you get out of that? What did you
Money?
think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I
Whoa.
can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way.
I don't think I'm
Is it
supposed
better
to
shut
see
the game
this.
down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer?
Like
What do I
this
do?
source
What do I
wall.
do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
What?
I have to.
No! Wait, we have a choice! We always have a choice! Hello? Oh. Portal 2?
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you.
Yeah. Hi.
You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
I don't know.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Man, fuck you.
Oh, my story.
Fuck your story.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
Huh?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Is that me?
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is it
what?
okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever
I'm up here.
You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? You listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time. Make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Fucking hell. I feel bad for the narrator. Fucking hell, that ending. Sheesh. What ending should we go for next?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe go more.
When Stanley came
I'm gonna
to
do the same thing, but this time I'm gonna pick up the
way to the meeting
phone.
room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. I'm gonna answer
Stanley
the
was so
phone
bad
this
at
time.
following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
But
I realize that
I
investing
should go
your
there
trust in
next.
someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Who?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley.
Who is it? Is your fridge running? Because you should go catch it. What the fuck was that? Give me a second, I need to get a drink.
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
No.
Hold on, please.
Oh, fuck my controller.
I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come
Where the
on.
fuck even am I?
Did you actually think you had a loving wife? Who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come
See
inside.
what?
Let me show you what's really going on here.
Okay.
Sorry, but you're
What?
in my story now.
What? Man, fuck you.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Wait, what? Good morning, played 427 present and on your control.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Please press
Look at him
triangle.
there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even
What?
feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Oh, was this like that?
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. So how long do I have to sit here for? Fucking hell, my back. I think I have to press it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
I think... Wait, that's it? Huh. Yep, that seems to be it.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. When Stanley came to a set of two open
I'm gonna go
doors,
down the
he entered the door on
stairs
his
now
left.
and see what's gonna go there.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to... Oh no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
I like how he
Coming to a
reacts again.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't wanna. I'll pick that up.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Good
Why
question.
did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is
I've
all
played
a dream.
these games before.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he
And then I
thought it all
thought
very odd,
that
and wondered if
he
this
thought
voice spoke to
that
all
I
people in
thought
their dreams, the truth
that there
was
were
that, of course,
voices in my head
this
and
was not
his
a dream.
head.
How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
I can still
the
see
fresh
it
air
through
of
the
the
corners.
world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream.
I can hear
I
him
wish it to be over.
walking.
Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
No.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
Uh-huh.
She rose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What a weird ending. Oh, my back. But the amount of endings this game has is just... It's gonna take a while for me to complete all of them. Wait, what? This again? What if I begin the game again? Will it give me another room? Wait, I wonder, let me just search something up. I don't know. I know there's like an ending which
All of his co-workers
was only able to like get it on
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
tapping out the cheat code, like
no matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't
cheats,
find a trace of his co-workers.
And you'll get to like the serious room. But I don't know that this is an ending.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Okay, now it's working. So, yeah, I think this is where I might, I think this is where I might end the stream, because I'm just getting tired and I have other work to do. I just wanted to like do a little live stream today with time, because I just wanted to play it and show it to you guys. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the stream. I know it's a bit late to say this, but Happy New Year to whoever is watching this, even though it's been 8 days since then. But yeah, I'm just saying Happy New Year by now, because yeah. And I'll see you guys in the next